I know that during challenging times, it can be very hard to pick up a pen and draw. How about we take a moment to relax and create something simple together? Let's draw an easy autumn tree, inspired by those beautiful ginkgo trees you might pass on a quiet walk. I hope this simple drawing brings you a peaceful moment, a chance to pause and embrace the season as it quietly slips away. I will guide you through every step, from planning the composition to outlining, coloring, and shading. So by the end, you will feel confident drawing trees that inspire you. To make it even easier, I have created a worksheet with detailed notes and step-by-step breakdowns to help you follow along. It's available on my Patreon. If you are new here, I also have plenty of free drawing worksheets on my website, which you can download to practice. The links will be on the screen and in the description box, along with detailed art supply list. I came across this tree on the side of the street and instantly loved it. It's such a delicate and charming little thing. The beautiful bright colors really cheers me up. One thing I love about this tree is its stable triangular composition, which gives it a strong, balanced shape. Plus, the cluster of leaves are arranged so nicely, creating a harmonious look. Throughout the video, you will hear me talk about composition, contrast, value. These are key concepts I think about when drawing. One of the classes really helped me with these ideas. It's called Art Composition Fundamentals, Exploring Value, Contrast, Shape, and Balance by Marie Noelle Worm on Skillshare. This class breaks down the fundamentals with examples and exercise to help you practice as you go. If you are looking to get more into composition, I definitely recommend it. Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you are not familiar with Skillshare, it's the largest online learning community for creatives, offering a wide variety of topics, such as illustration, graphic design, photography, music, marketing, productivity, and more. With thousands of classes available, you can start from scratch and steadily build your skills, no matter where you're starting from. These classes are taught by industry experts who share their knowledge, tips, and personal experience. Each class is broken down into small, manageable sections, allowing you to learn at your own pace. I've personally been using Skillshare for quite some time, learning things like graphic design and video editing. It's an amazing community to be part of. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Let's get back to our drawings. To help us understand lighting and shading better, we're going to do a simple exercise. If you would like to follow along, you can grab a few gray markers. We will begin by simplifying the tree crown into a cone shape. Within this cone, we will break down each cluster of leaves into small circles. Now imagine the light is coming from the upper left. That means we will focus on adding darker values to the lower right side of the cone. Since the tree crown blocks some sunlight, the top of the tree trunk will appear darker. Now let's take a look at those circles. Using the same idea, we will shade the lower right side of each circle a bit darker. The areas between the circles will also be darker, as they cast shadows on each other. And don't forget, the circles and the spaces on the lower right side will also appear darker than those closer to the light. Now let's see how to turn these simplified forms into something more organic. Start by making the edges of the circles squiggly and irregular, and adjust the shapes so they are less rounded. This will give them a more natural look. So how do we color these organic shapes? Begin with a light gray and use the broad side of your marker to draw overlapping strokes. As you lay down the strokes, go back and forth gently to blend them together so they become a unified shape. Now let's focus on the edges. They are the key here. Use the tip of your marker to draw small pointed marks along the edges, mimicking the silhouette of the tree leaves. Make sure these marks vary in size and direction to give a sense of randomness. switch to a darker gray and repeat the process. This time focusing on adding value to the lower right side of the shape. Once you are done with this small practice, we will dive into how to draw the tree. Let's start with a simplified outline. Lightly sketch a triangle on top of the tree trunk to represent the tree crown. Don't press too hard with your pencil, since we will erase these lines before coloring. I was gonna capture the curve of the tree from the reference picture to give it more personality, but I end up drawing it straight. That's okay, maybe next time. Plus, drawing it straight is a bit easier anyway. To arrange the groups of leaves, sketch out some circles inside the triangle. The tree in the reference picture has a nice layout, so we can loosely follow it. Make sure the circles have different sizes, and avoiding making the arrangement too symmetrical if you want it to feel more natural. Take your time on this step, it's the base of your drawing, and getting it right makes a big difference. Once you are done, lightly erase the circles until they are just barely visible, enough for you to follow, but not too noticeable on the paper. Let's dive into the coloring. Rule number 1, always start with a light color. I want this tree to have a golden bright theme, similar to the reference picture. I begin with a bright yellow to fill in each cluster, just like we practiced earlier. Blend your strokes so they form a unified shape, but don't fill the entire circle. Remember, the circles are just rough guides. We don't want the cluster to look like a perfect rounded shape. As you work near the edges, use the corner of your marker to draw small pointed strokes that mimic the shape of the leaves. Make sure these strokes pointed at different directions and have different sizes, so they won't look repetitive. For larger areas, I used broad, quick strokes to speed up the process. You can tell the color appears lighter. This happens naturally when you move the marker faster and apply less pressure. From here, we can gradually add darker value to build depth. The tricky part is making the clusters look natural and random without becoming too messy. This definitely takes some practice. So don't feel discouraged if your first tries are not perfect. It's all part of learning. On the worksheet available on my Patreon, I've included detailed outlines and steps you can use to practice and refine your technique. This tree still have some leaves that haven't turned yellow yet, so I'm adding a bit of yellow-green to keep it colorful. Now we have a base color. With just one marker, there is already some depth because certain areas are darker due to layering. Depending on how many layers you've added and how thick your paper is, you might want to wait a couple minutes before adding more color. If your paper is very thin, it's best to wait a little longer. Now let's grab a darker color and add the shading on the lower right side of each cluster. You don't need too many shades of yellow, but having at least 3 is a good start, depending on how dark each shade is. I've already made a detailed tutorial on picking shades and pairing colors, and I will link that video in the description and at the top right corner. While waiting for our ink to dry, we can start working on the tree trunk. For balance, I chose a gray color instead of a bright brown to tone down the vibrant tree crown color and also create a contrast. Focus on adding darker values to the top and the right side of the trunk. Now use a third shade and slow down your pace a bit. Gradually build up the shadows, focusing mainly on the lower right side of the tree crown and in the gaps between each cluster of leaves. After adding the shadows, step back and take a moment to look at your drawing from a distance. This will help you better see the contrast. It's easy to get carried away with the dark values at this point, so take your time. The overall steps for drawing this tree are fairly simple, but mastering the use of markers to blend and create those organic shapes can definitely be a bit tricky at first. Remember, practice is key, and with each attempt, you will get more comfortable with the process. So never ever get discouraged if your tree doesn't turn out exactly as you imagined. It's all part of the journey and the learning process. Every mistake is just an opportunity to improve. If you are looking for more inspiration or a fun challenge, I've created a small autumn scene in another YouTube tutorial. You can find a link in the description and the top right corner of the video. At this stage, this tree can be considered finished if it's meant to be in the background. However, if it's in the foreground and you want to draw more attention to it, you can add the smaller details to make it stand out. For example, try using color pencils or pens to add outline and create more texture. In this way, it also adds a little bit more style to your drawing. You can sketch simple shapes to represent distant trees. I added a touch of purple color here because cool tones make things appear further away, and purple is a nice complement to yellow. When drawing background trees, don't worry about too much detail. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you had fun following along. If you gave it a try, I'd love to hear how it went. What parts you found tricky and what you enjoyed most. Or if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts. If you post your drawing on social media, feel free to tag me. I would love to see how your trees turned out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support really helps me keep creating more tutorials. I will see you in the next video.